After exhaustive searches for the nearly 2 dozen birds, fish, and freshwater mussels, wildlife officials have determined they're gone. NPR's Nathan Rott reports they are the
coronavirus cases and hospitalizations are now rising in more states, adding to the risk of another.
Their original pathology report from these past 3 years was actually
gorgeous cinematography, my goodness, and sweeping shots filled with textures of the elements and a drama encompassing each frame. I loved the capturing of the environment's grandeur, the stunning colors, and how that very theatrical storytelling highlighted and showcased the music track as well. It felt like a very special thing to be brought behind the creative curtain to see how it was created, and it added that extra layer to it of the ephemeral, um, and of the joy and the sensory experience of being alive.
This was an absolutely beautiful and entertaining tribute to a very talented musician. Uh, it was just really well done. Visually, there were some great shots, great use of exterior light and location to really just bring this piece alive. It's almost juxtaposition to the music when we hear that sort of hip hop. We're not don't usually associate it with the snow and all that. So it was really cool. It was different. It was unique, fresh.
Really, really good use of music and visuals throughout that were used to explore some pretty serious themes. And I thought that those themes, or at least some of them, were established through that opening text, which I thought did a great job of kind of setting up the film and preparing the audience for what was going to happen next. And this was added to a little later in the film with some of the audio snippets that were kind of heard in the background over the visuals. The cinematography throughout here was also really, really good, especially those scenes starting around the middle on the ice. The color contrast here and the way that they kind of staged these shots and the way that they chose to film them, I thought was really, really nice. Made the scenes stand out even more than they would have already on the basis of just the setting alone. And I think that adds another layer of enjoyment and engagement to the film.
On the impermanence of life and joy and just things in your life. The fact that it was the composition was by someone who had brain cancer at the time was really a great choice and very powerful. I liked the fact that we have him starting at sunrise and ending when the sun sets, sort of tying into that impermanence theme. Everything has its sunset. I liked the imagery of plugging into the earth. I thought that was very cool. The editing was great. The editing and the cutting went well with the music, and also the dancing and the movements that they did just matched the music perfectly. It was a beautiful dance, and the movement of that scarf was beautiful as well. The drone footage with the overhead drone footage was awesome. We really got some cool shots in there as well. Especially when it was at the end when it's pulling out, you really see how insignificant the man is in the world. Also tying into the impermanence theme.
The film itself looks at California and the fires and the impact that's having. And as with fire, there's ice. So there's scenes set in icebound glaciers. And they use interpretive dance in both the fire scenes and the ice scenes to some good effect. What strikes one about this, and remember, this is a tribute to JL, is what a great soundtrack it has. It's got the Roland Zen beats going, all sorts of stuff. You could tell JL was pouring heart and soul into what would sadly be his last effort. So, yes, the film is intriguing visually, but it also deserves mention in terms of its sonic and musical innovation.
I thought that starting off with like a kind of mix of all of these different things like you hear on the radio, and then going from there and taking a step back and back into nature and back away from all of that, and then letting the music drive everything forward was so beautiful and so interesting to do. And then when you add in all of the dancers and the movement, and you're in this beautiful landscape, and there's just such beauty that you can kind of just sit and watch and just enjoy this moment and enjoy this kind of quiet, not quiet because there's music and everything, but emotionally quiet moment where you're just experiencing and watching and enjoying what they're creating. And like I said, they really let the music drive all of that.
Shots were very clean and pristine and well made. There was very fluid transitions between one scene to the other. I like that it was shot in like outside in this barren landscape to facilitate the mood of the story. I like it was very visual, where there wasn't much dialogue, or if any dialogue.